Today marks 1450th day. Share lessons I learn and continue to learn with you. My hope these insights will inspire you, support dreams, help achieve your goals, really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about letter I, 7 words that starts with letter I. We already discussed A, B, C, D, E, F, J, H, and today I think that when I look into 7 words that I really discussed with I found that those 7 words are extremely important. I think that all those that I shared are very important, but those ones are really probably one of those things that really extremely important. One of the foundational things to really becoming the best version of you, becoming the best version of you to achieve that vision that you have potentially set for yourself. So let's get started. So number one is intention. And that's the power of purpose. And I think that intention is such an important thing because I really love what John C. Maxwell speaks about intention. And he even wrote a whole book about intention, is intentional living. And I put that book in one probably top 5 books I have read because I truly believe that every single person needs to choose the intention for their life. And that is, again, the vision is intention of your life. Legacy is intention. Everything what are the most important in our lives needs to have some kind of intention, expectation that we're working towards. And I really love what John C. Maxwell said as well, that no one end up on the top of the mountain by accident. You need to plan for it. You need to have intention for it. And I think that when you have that intention, you understand that your actions align with your values because you have intention, intentional action that leads to progress. Number two, Number two is integrity. And that's again the value that we potentially could have for ourselves and for other people. And I think that when so many people speak like regarding the business owners, they're saying, how do you choose a business partner? And a lot of times I found that integrity is in those non-negotiables that a person must have integrity. So what integrity is that your words, actions, and the values are aligned. And I think that when you're able to live that life with authenticity, with integrity, when you are who you say you are, you do who you are, and there's no mask, no nothing. You're just really integral person. And I think that integrity is when you're really actually doing the right thing, no matter if someone is able to see you or not. That's something that's part of the inner peace, lasting credibility. Number three is insight. A beautiful thing because I think that's and again, insight is part of the self awareness because I think that when you look into insight, it's a beautiful thing because when you reflect what you're looking for insight. And that insight will help you to get better, improve, evolve, transform. So when you're learning, when you're reading a book, you're looking for insights that really help you to find that $1 million idea that to move you forward. And I think that's again that's insights is partly that where again you're able to really change your life from living by default to really move into the manual because you understand okay, this is where my insight is, and I'm able to change, improve because every single insight allows you to change, improve, and get better. But if you do not get any insights, you probably will keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Number four, and this is beautiful, initiative. And this is like partly of a spark of action. You initiate. You don't wait for things to happen to you. You happen to the world. And I think that is again when you really start to look into. I think that everything begins from small initiative, and I think that the momentum is built from initiative as well. If you really want to have a massive momentum, how do you start? You start from initiative. Start from initiating things. For example, if you want to have great friendships, what do you need? You need to initiate conversations. You're not able to really build nurture relationship from the start. No, you need to have initiation. If you want to have friendships, as I said, you need to initiate conversations. You need to go and initiate conversations with the strangers. Because every single person that you know right now that potentially could be the best friend of yours, at some point in life, it was a stranger. And one of you needed to make that initiation. I think that when you're a leader, when you you want to become the best version of you and you'll achieve that vision, there will be some things that you need to initiate. You're not able to really expect that your vision will be initiated by someone else. And I think that's like a partly we need to really transform to really starting initiating. So when I think about the vision, we need to ask ourselves, what did I initiate? Which parts of my journey I really pushed with that and moved that first step? Number five is innovation. Innovation. And this is a spirit of evolution, really evolving. And I think that about innovation, there is two words: invention and innovation. And invention, I think that is great. It's important that some people really create, and I think that I give tremendous value for that. But I think that every single person doesn't need to invent things, but what they need to do is really learn how to innovate. And innovation is a much better skill because I think that invention sometimes is almost given. That some people have it, some people don't. You're able to develop skill set, but I think that's it. Just again, some people have just more strength into it. But innovation, I think, is totally different. I mean, innovation is every single person has very similar. And how do you develop your curiosity and say how could improve this, how it could make better? That means innovation is all about really making things better. And every single person could really become innovative. And that means look into our lives like how I could really make this better, how I could make this better, how can I make this better? Because invention is when you create something new. Well, when you think in innovation, when you create that new, how you can make it better. So then that means the innovation could look into all things and it's like how we can make this all thing better. And I think that everything in life could be better. So that means you learn how to become innovative all the time. So innovation is a great thing. Number six, and a beautiful word is independence. Independence. That the strength of self-reliance. I think that's a beautiful thing when you really value yourself, you accept yourself, you grow yourself, improve yourself. That's a great thing to have independence. I think that when we do rely on other people is a bad thing. I think that's having that support, having nurture relationships that can support you is great. But I think the number one thing that we need to have independence. Now, of course, I think that we always need to have the independence, but at the same time, and having that very strong anchor. For example, my strong anchor is my faith. There is nothing will move my faith, and then a strong anchor allows me to have my independence. I think that when people do not have very strong anchors, they could become dependent on someone else. And I think that there's no such a thing as a self-made man, and I think that people are always inspired, aspired, and helped by other people. But I think that we need to have that independence and have my ownership, accountability for my own life. So I will do what I can do with all the things that I have been given to make sure that I can get to the next level. And then when you have a relations, now you're coming not from attachment that I need you, but coming from authenticity that I will be better with you, but I don't need you. It will be massive help and helpful and supportive that we can really have that give and take relationship, that amazing relationship. But I don't need you. There's not attachment. There's abundance of friendships and nurture relations, and that's again allows to validate yourself. And this is a benefit to have someone on your journey. And last number seven word, and I think that's probably the most important, one of the most important words in becoming the best version of you, and that's impact. Impact is sometimes making impact to ourselves. And I think that, but saying it, the most important part in impact is that really service. I truly believe, I truly believe every single person on earth is here to serve in one way or another. So if you want to serve, that means we want to make an impact. We want to make an impact on other people. I think that that impact is giving us fulfillment, purpose, mission, a vision that is worth pursuing. Because I think that if you pursue just a car, it's great, but it will be very fleeting. But when you pursue something that you really give, serve, add value, impact, I think that's when you really create a vision that collectively uplifts everybody. And I think that you really pursue something bigger than yourself. That's where true impact lies. So in short, those seven words are: intention gives direction, integrity gives you strength, insight gives you wisdom, initiative gives you progress, innovation gives adaptability, independence gives you freedom, and impact gives you meaning. So I hope you should reflect about those seven words and really create your own I words that like words that starts with I that really could focus on them and attract those things into your life. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.